we're going to bring ourselves to the wall. We're going to lie on our backs and we're going to take our legs up the wall to open up our hamstrings. So if you want to shimmy your mat over so that you're not on the cold ground, if you're on hardwood floor like I am, you can do that. Make your way to the floor, lying on your back. Slowly brace your abs as you take your legs up the wall. Tailbone is very close to the wall. Flex your feet here and just relax. So the only thing I'm going to require in this is that you really send your toes towards your face. You flex your feet. Getting into those hamstrings. We're working to get you to 90, which would be very, very good for your posture. So if you're here and this is not a stretch, you can always go grab a yoga strap or something to take the legs closer to you and do this lying supine. But most flat back posture, this is a great stretch, great way to open up the back of the hamstrings. We're focusing on the feet though. I want you to really dorsiflex your feet, make them active, get into those calves. Notice when you flex your toes, look at your toes, if the inner or outer edge is flexing harder. See if you can even out the flexion in the feet. Breathe into that. Nothing feels better than legs up the wall. So if you've had a stressful day, this is a restorative posture. You can close your eyes, relax your mind, and at the same time get an excellent stretch. I'd advise one hand under your low back just so you can feel that you're not rounding that low back. You want to keep a little space by pulling in your abs and tipping your tailbone down. We're going to be here for another 30 seconds. If it becomes too much, you can always come off the wall and you can go into cat and cow. We did a bit of that earlier. So honor your body. Try to stay with it though. The flexibility of the hamstrings is really imperative to combat the forward lean. So as you're breathing, close the eyes. Try to soften the chest, soften the facial muscles. Just another 5 seconds here. Wonderful. From here, we're going to slowly make our way off the wall. Now, if you have any knee issues, you can always do this exercise standing. You don't have to do it with your knees on the roller. But if you don't have any knee issues, we're going to bring the knees on the roller. We need to tie our lightest Theraband, the yellow Theraband, a quarter of the way into the roller. We're also going to be using our 3-pound weight. So we'll have resistance in both hands. One hand will be loaded with the band. The other hand will be loaded with the 3-pound weight. So again, if you're not going to do this on your knees due to sensitivity in the knees, you can stand on the end of the Theraband and do the exercise standing. If you're on your knees, you're going to everybody's going to place the anti-burst ball between the inner thighs just to keep your legs hip distance apart. Hold the 3-pound weight first in your dominant hand, and in the other hand, you'll hold the end of the Theraband, and you'll step on the end with the same foot. You can step on it with both feet if you're stepping on it. If it's tied around your band, you don't have to worry about it. You just gather the ends. So both arms are going to be lifting up into scaption, which is a high V with the palms facing in. So a high V meaning chest height high V, so not an overhead high V. So the wrists are slightly below the shoulders. And then we lower them down slowly. So we have a 3-pound weight in our dominant hand and the resistance band in the non-dominant hand. So both hands are loaded. It feels a little funny to be pulling up the resistance and for the other arm to just have the weight. I want you to feel the difference. Lift up, 2, 3, 4, and lower, 2, 3, 4. Keep that going. Lift up, 2, 3, 4, and lower, 2, 3, 4. Tip your tailbone back, feet parallel. Hold it up. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale lower. 2 breaths at the top. Take it up. Hold. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale lower. Last one. Hold it up. Take it up. Inhale 1. Don't lock out the elbows. Make sure it's a narrow V where the wrists are about in line with the shoulders. And lower it down. Switch sides. So switch the band and the weight and feel the difference. We started with the weight in your dominant hand because it's actually harder to get good form with the weight than it is with the band because we tend to use momentum and we don't feel the down and up action that you feel when you have a resistance band, when you have that counter tension. Make sure your wrists are below your shoulders. We don't want to aggravate the front of the shoulder. So lift up, 2, 3, 4. Lower down. 2, 3, 4. Next one, we're going to hold it up. Isometric hold. Inhale. Stay here. Exhale. Make sure you've gathered that band around your knuckles with the thumb on the outside. Inhale and exhale. Lower the arms. 2 more sets. 2 more isometric holds. Take it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. And exhale. Lower. And last one. Plug those shoulders down. Take it up. Hold it up. Inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. And exhale. Lower it down. Good. Set those props to the side. We're actually going to need the 3-pound weight, but you're going to grab your lightest loop band, which is our orange band in the Uniquely Fit kit, and bring it back around your ankles. It looks like this. I'm not going to keep it on. I do not have flat back posture. So you put it on, looks like this. I'm taking it off. You're keeping it on. Okay, if you have good balance, you can do this with me in the center. If not, you can do it by a wall, bar, or counter for safety purposes. Hold the weight with both hands with the elbows out to the side. We're going to step to the side. Frontal plane step to balance to side knee flexion. So we learned this exercise in our lower body series. Place the weight on the thigh to load it. Hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe, and make sure you hold that weight. We don't want it to drop. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Tip your tailbone back. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Pass the weight to the other side and step to the other side. Find the balance immediately. Hold it here. Inhale 1. Breathe. Try to center your chest. The leg is externally rotating, but the pelvis shouldn't shift. You should square off your pelvis. Keep your hips even. Pass the weight. Second time on the first side. Get that leg up to knee flexion. Tip your tailbone back. One hand can be behind the head if that feels nice. Resting the head into the hammock of the hand. Or to the hip. And last time, step through space. Really challenge that balance for injury prevention and sports enhancement. Tip the tailbone back. Soften the bend in the knee. Gaining strength by loading the body. Hold. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last breath. Inhale. Excellent. And exhale. Taking the loop band off. Setting your props to the side for some stretching. Go face the wall. Bring your dominant arm into a high V, standing with your chest against the wall. Take the other hand to the hip and begin to twist away from that arm slowly, very slowly. Keep your focus up eye level. Don't go crazy. Don't want to put too much pressure. And now, with the eyes closed and the gaze soft, you're just going to breathe, keeping the belly pulled in, using your exhale as a chance to deepen that stretch for the anterior delt and pec minor. After 2 more deep inhales and exhales, as long as you can make them, switch sides. Setting up on the second side when you're ready. Plugging the shoulders down. Pulling the low belly in towards the spine. Lifting the chin up. Softening your gaze. You're doing great. Make sure both feet are grounded on the floor. Both knees are soft. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel. So it's important that we work in parallel because we don't want knee issues. If our feet evert and we're not everting from the top of our hip socket, we cause knee issues and ankle issues. Breathe here. Now I'd like everybody to grab a chair appropriate for your height. And what I mean by that is that when you sit in the chair, your thighs are slightly below your hips. So if the chair is too short for you, you can always put a pillow, bolster, yoga block, something to sit on. If the chair's too high for you, grab a yoga block or a book to put under your front foot. We're going to come into a supported lunge to open up those hip flexors after all that stretching. So you're sitting profile in the chair in a lunge. One leg in front, one leg behind. Holding on to the side of the chair. Taking the outside arm up to shoulder flexion. So the same arm as your back leg up, and then bending towards the top of the chair. Breathing here, inhale, and exhale. Now, if you're tall, you usually need a bolster and a smaller chair to elevate your pelvis. Inhale, and exhale. One more breath here, inhale, and exhale. Quick release for those hip flexors after all that hard work. Go ahead and switch sides, setting up on your second side. And we'll be here for 4 breaths. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Make sure your abs are in. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And let's slowly make our way to a comfortable seated position, turning around, sitting in the chair the regular way. Great job.